Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Aberration. My fucking headset stuck on my chair. So we're back on the zombies grind. I'm gonna do the AK-74U because it's a gun I actively use in multiplayer whenever I'm playing Search, and I'd like to have Golden Viper on it just because. And I have a story to tell you all today. So, come my freshman year of high school, I had already, like I said in one of my past videos, I was grounded for, from the 6th grade till my senior year, like on and off, but pretty much all the time. And in turn of me being grounded for already from the 6th grade to the 9th grade, I was told by my parents, both of them, we all made a deal that if I did not have C's and above in all my classes, that I would transfer to a Baptist school. So, halfway through my 9th grade year, report card came back, and it was time for me to transfer schools. So I started out at this school, and at the time especially, I wasn't really religious, like, at all, in any which way, shape, or form whatsoever. And you'll find out as I get further into the story, I wasn't really religious the entire time going to this school. There was a point where I was kind of brainwashed, and I, started to memorize Bible verses and all that stupid shit, but I really wasn't all that into this whole Baptist bullshit kind of thing. So I go there for the remaining half of my freshman year with lackluster performance, on the verge of being kicked out of the school because I told the principal, who was the youth pastor at the time, that I wasn't Christian, that for Christ's sakes I was literally reading Satanist books for information on the Satanist religion a month before I had gotten into that school. I wasn't religious, you know what I mean? Wasn't my forte. So I go through that whole entire half year, and partway into this year, I start to gain a little bit of interest into a girl. It was all a mistake. It was fucking stupid because this would then lead to stupid shit that would go on, and but I learned from it. Mistakes were made, and we moved on from it. But in the grand scheme of everything, I would eventually move into my sophomore year. And in October of my sophomore year, my brother-in-law was going to the Marines. He was going to basic training in the Marines. So we had a going away party for him at his parents' house. I had been drinking since like the age of 11 and smoking weed since the age of 11. I had been drinking alcohol not quite a bit. Like, I wasn't like an alcoholic, but like from like 11 years old, I was drinking alcohol. I'd been experimenting with it. So this wasn't anything new to me, right? It wasn't like ultra, ooh, I'm a sinner, blah, 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 blah. No dumb shit like that. So at this party, I had a couple of drinks of whiskey. I also drank part of my oldest sister's wine cooler. I reached over the table and I grabbed it and I drank it. It was all voluntary. No one forced me to. I wasn't peer pressured into it. Well, I tell said female about what had happened the night prior, and within the day, I am pulled into the main classroom, the homeroom, with her and the principal, and, well, this bitch had snitched on me, to say the very least, because she was concerned for my mortal soul. The youth pastor, the principal, he's sitting here, he's telling me, you need to... He essentially told me with, like, better words, like, you need to get your shit straight. You can't be going to the school drinking alcohol, so you're going to be expelled. Now you have the opportunity to be reinstated in this school if that's what you want. If you want to come back here, you can change and you can come back. Well, essentially the way to get back into this school was to write a letter to the deacons of the church stating how you're going to, that you want to change and how you're going to change. And before that, you kind of like lay out like what had transpired. So I told my dad, I was like, I don't want to go back. Like, I don't want to go back at all. Not even a little bit. Like, I told you going into this, I didn't want to go here to begin with. But I did it because I wanted to make you happy. Well, my dad essentially told me, he's like, nah, fuck that. You're gonna write that letter, and you're gonna go to the meeting, and you're gonna tell the deacons why you're gonna change, and you're going to fucking change. Essentially, I was told, like, you're going to do this, and even if you have to put on a front, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be made happen. It's gonna happen one way or another. You're gonna get back into the school. So I go in there, I fake it, act like I'm very remorseful for my actions, and I blame everything on peer pressure and all this dumb shit just to please my dad. I didn't want back in this fucking school, and you'll find out later that I do pretty much anything and everything to stay out of the school. So, moving forward, I want to say I get back into the school late October, early November. Finish out that semester, just doing what I need to do in the school, keep my grades decent. And from there, about February of the next year, preceding year, we have a regional conference. This regional conference, you leave for 2 weeks with the whole entire school to go do competitions. It's called ACE. So we go and we participate in this regional conference and all the competitions that we had been training for the past month and a half, 2 months. And we come back after about 2 weeks. During those 2 weeks, I had been scheming with said female from earlier who snitched on me for dumb shit. Essentially, things transpired. I might get more into the story on a later date, but there's no need to get into the kind of shit. It's not something I'm proud of by any means necessary. It was just something that happened. So anyways, I move forward into said actions, and I get caught. And the way the whole punishment system in this school is demerits. If you ever watch School of Rock, you'll know about like the merit system in their school, and I think that's like a reward system. This is different. This is called the demerit system. DEMERIT. Essentially, you get 125 demerits and you're expelled, and then you have to go through the process of getting back into the school. Well, I broke enough rules in the span of 35-40 minutes to gain 125 demerits. I was already at 50. I had already gotten a detention. So if you got 25 demerits, you got an after-school detention. If you got 50, you got a 1-day suspension. If you got 75, you got a 2-day. If you got 100, you got a 3-day suspension. And if you got 125, you got expelled. So I was already at 50. I had already had my 1-day suspension and my after-school detention and all that. I was already there. So from the 50, I had managed in the span of up to 45 minutes to get enough demerits to make me liable for expulsion. From there, I was expelled for a second time. You know how religion is. They like to forgive and forget just about everything. So I am now presented with the opportunity to go back to the same school and fuck up and make the same mistakes the next year. So I don't even have a meeting this time. The pastor and the youth pastor, the principal, like I said, both agreed that I should, for my punishment, to further my punishment, I should go to summer school. There was only one other person going to summer school at the time, so it was a class of 2 of us that had to go to summer school, and he was going to summer school because he had failed his freshman year, like 6 classes or some dumb shit. So my punishment was not only being expelled, but going to summer school with a tool bag. And just honestly doing all the classes online on fucking computers and just struggling through the next 3 months of my life. And in the grand scheme of it all, I managed to pass all these classes, and I was back for another year. Well, said person who I had gotten in trouble with already 2 separate times was gone. She had been expelled at the end of that year that I got expelled for other offenses to the school. And from there, I went to school up until, I want to say, because I was a junior, I was there through the whole entire first semester. I was there up until February, March-ish of the next semester also. I had a very big problem with one specific teacher in the school this next year. He was replacing somebody. So I had a big problem with this teacher because he had a thing for targeting students, and I personally don't fuck with teachers like that at all. I think they're douchebags. Don't fucking target me just because you don't like me. So I decided in the midst of his class, I had been having problems with this guy from August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I've been having problems with this guy for 7 fucking months. It's one teacher. And I decided to take out my vape in the middle of class and start blowing O's. Well, the principal and the assistant youth pastor's wife had walked by the classroom in the middle of me doing this. So she obviously goes and tells her husband that, well, Gary's vaping in the classroom. So all the students that had been hitting the vape and touching the vape, they all decided, well, fuck Gary, I'm not gonna get in trouble. They all turned their backs on me. You know, that's to be expected. you know, none of them want to get in trouble because all their parents are abusive as fucking shit. And so the youth pastor, the principal, pulls everyone into the office one by one, starts asking questions as to, well, does Gary have a vape? What color is his vape? Yada, yada, yada. So then I get pulled into there, and he manages to blame everything on one student. Like I said, douchebags like to target specific students, and he pulls me in there, blames it all on one student, and tells me that he knows what color my vape is. It was a purple and blue Nord. And he also went into my locker and found the vape juice that was in my backpack. My stepmom ends up showing up to the school, and this old fuck of a teacher who I had a problem with for 7 fucking months lied to the principal and also lied to my stepmom and said that I got in his face and told him to get the fuck out of my face and yada yada yada. Just told all these stupid ass lies. So my stepmom isn't even pissed off about the vape. She's pissed off about me quote unquote disrespecting an old man. I wasn't disrespectful to him. I just told him like, you're targeting me and I don't understand why. But so my stepmom's pissed off, says she's about to beat my ass because, you know, rightfully so, I'm in an old guy's face according to what she knows. And at the end of it all, I'm escorted out of the school with my stepmom, and I'm expelled for the 3rd and final time from this school. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and if you guys did, please like and subscribe, share the video around, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.